Hey guys, welcome back to Testing New Makeup, episode number 17. I have some indie makeup to play with, so let's go ahead and get right into it. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube, from testing new makeup to new makeup Mondays. I love to chat about all the hot new launches. So if that sounds good to you, highly recommend subscribing, turning on all notifications so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited. I have a box full of new makeup to play with. I just have concealer and foundation and my brows on, so let's dive in. So the first thing I want to do is play with the eyeshadow palette, and I just got the Melt Electrip palette. Listen, I don't know how all the cool kids are saying it, but I did post a quick shorts video with this one because it actually arrived yesterday, but we were doing family stuff, so I didn't get a chance to play with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and film this video and then film my new makeup Mondays, which is what I usually do on Sunday, but it is Easter Sunday, so we're actually hosting a few friends over, so we'll see how far I get with this whole plan that's in my head. I kept telling my husband, I'm like, I really want to film. I really want to film. And it's like 11 something and our friends are going to be here at like noon. So we'll see, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. So I kind of have a look in mind. I kind of want to do like a blue look, but I also kind of want to play with as many shades as I can. So I'm going to start off with this peachy shade called Bang, and I'm going to put that like on the crease as close to my brow bone as I can and just use that as like the starting point. So we'll see how that goes, because I'm realizing there isn't like a light blue that I can use for my crease. There's like a tealy blue, so we'll see. Have a look in mind. We'll see how far it gets. This palette did swatch really nicely, so I really have high hopes for how it's gonna look. And they did have 3 like metallic lips that dried down to really pretty colorful stains. And I was like so curious about the orange shade, but I chickened out in the end because I was like, I don't need another lip product. I literally keep saying how I'm trying not to buy lip products, and I just got all of the Blend Bunny lip oils and I got the Rare Beauty lip oils. So I'm like in lip oil heaven. So in the end, I think I'm glad I kind of held off on buying the Melt Stain, because at the end of the day, I have so much. So yeah, I'm excited, and we are going to try the Blend Bunny products today as well, which is going to be fun. Okay, so now that we've got that peachy shade down, I'm going to go into this shade called Pseudo. It's like a really pretty tealy blue shade, and I'm just going to use this What's Up Beauty brush. This is the R102, and this shade looks very pigmented, so I want to take it very easy and just put it like right in the lower half of the crease and on the outer corner of my eye. Really want to make sure you can still see that peach shade. So I'm like really tucking it in that lower half of the crease. I'm so excited to see Melt go back to this format of palettes, because they did those mini palettes last year and they were not my favorite. Melt's always been kind of one of those hit or miss brands, and it's kind of a bummer because I feel like for the longest time they were like the it indie brand in my collection, and I like look forward to all my Melt launches, and I still kind of do, just because, like, you know, indie brands always have my heart. But man, I feel like so many indie brands have even like surpassed them. But I think it also goes to show, like, once you get into like Sephora, I think you're like in a different league of indie brands, and I'm sure it's like such a balancing act because they do have to keep like the Sephora consumer in mind and who their indie clients are and all of that jazz too, I bet. This color is so pretty and pigmented. It's working out beautifully. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to do as far as matte shadows go. And I'm going to take that peach shade again, Bang, and just kind of add a little bit more of that color now that I set the teal down, just to blend it out a little bit. And that's kind of the look I had planned. So now we'll use some of the metallic shadows. I really want to play with Magic Mush, which is like a chartreuse shade. And I want to use maybe some Blue Heaven in the inner corner. Yeah, I didn't have like a very big plan. I just knew that I wanted to use Magic Mush, really. So I'm going to pick that up on a flat shadow brush. And as always, I like to spray my metallics. So I'm just going to use my MAC Fix Plus spray. And we're just going to pack that on the eyelid. I should almost do like this little rainbow. It's kind of cute. Definitely never done an eye look like this. What do you guys think? Should I just go like orange, blue, green? I think I got some green on the crease, which I don't want to do. Is this an eye look? Do people do eye looks like this? It's like a cut crease meets a weird rainbow. It's like a halo, but not a halo. Can't take myself seriously, so I'm gonna just coat the lid. Such a pretty color. Okay, I kind of want to leave it like that so you can see some of the teal on the outer corner. Let's see how it translates on camera, but that's pretty much the top half. So I'm going to throw something in the waterline so we can do the lower lash line quick. Okay, so I'm going to try and be a little daring, and I'm going to take this shade called Strawberry Feels, which is a very like bright red shade, and I'm going to use that in the lower lash line because why not? This look is already a bit of an Electrip look, so I might as well. Actually, I think I'm going to concentrate that on the outer half of the waterline. And I'm going to try and carry it up to meet the peach. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to take the peach blending brush I used and just kind of blend those two together, and then take the teal brush and just stamp a little bit of teal on the outer corner. And then just to spice things up, I'm going to take this shade called Head Drip, which is like the prettiest sparkly orange. Give it a little spray, and we're going to put that right here on the lower lash line and blend it into the inner corner and bring it about halfway. And then we just have to use one more shade. Just kidding, but I really want to. I want to try this shade called Blue Heaven in the inner corner. Give it a nice spray. And we're just going to tuck that right there. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. And this palette has 10 eyeshadows. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes. And the rest are all metallics. So definitely made for the metallic lover at heart. This is definitely, in my opinion, one of those like wild color stories that, I mean, you can kind of see like there's a cool tone like blue section and like the warm red section, but if you want to combine it, I think it's a little bit different. So that's my 2 cents, just having played with it. I'm going to do like mascara and stuff off camera, but now let's go ahead and put on some bronzer. I'm just going to use my Pat McGrath bronzers that I tried out in one of my last testing new makeup. So I had bought 2 shades. This is the shade called Bronze Divinity, and I thought maybe this was a little too dark for me, but honestly I really liked it once I used it in the video and I saw the footage. I didn't think it was too dark for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that with my, what's this guy's name? Oh my gosh, Scott Barnes brush. This bronzer brush, I think it's a bronzer brush, maybe it's a contour brush, but I don't really contour anymore, so I like to use it for bronzer. And this is only the second time I've used my Pat McGrath bronzers because I haven't been able to get down here to film. I'm trying to like let people know that I'm in my last month of pregnancy, and this is my second child, and it's kicking my behind. So every extra day I get to film is like, oh, I can make it downstairs. But I want to keep warning you guys, because one day you're not going to see me and you're going to be like, what happened to Karen? And you're going to know she's tapped out. She has tapped out of YouTube for the foreseeable future. Anyway, Blend Buddy so kindly sent me their 2 new blush palettes. Again, I swatched these in a reel because we had this really bad snowstorm, so these were like trapped in my mailbox because we have like community mailboxes which are at the end of our block, and when it snows like crazy you can't really get to them. So hopefully I'm showing you guys swatches and stuff while I'm talking about these. But these are so cool. They each retail for $32 and you can use a code. I have an affiliate code with Blend Buddy. It's just KHMAKEUP and it'll save you some dollars off. But I love that she did like a neutrally, like a bare palette and a juicy palette. So you can just pick depending on what floats your boat. And these shades are incredibly pigmented, you guys. So definitely not for the faint of heart. And you guys know I love blush, so I just am so happy with these. I'm thinking I kind of want to try and do like a drape. So I think I'm going to try and mix the 2 palettes. Like, say a little prayer because apparently today I just think I'm like the most creative person on earth. So let's start off with the shade called Tangy. And I'm just going to really like dust it off. And I'm going to start like about right here. And see if I can like, and keep in mind we're having friends over for Easter, okay? And it's not like I'm having Heather over, so she wouldn't care like what blush I have on, but you know, my friends should really be used to it at this point, seeing me in like whatever kooky makeup look I feel like doing that day. But I kind of want to do like a blush drape and use a few different shades. So I'm just like blending Tangy in here. I can't really see it. So let me not try to go overboard. And then we're going to go into Squeeze, which is this pretty like orangey color. And I'm going to kind of put that a little bit lower. And I'm just going to use this Sigma brush from the Kristen Dominique set. I can see Squeeze. So, oh god, that's such a pretty color. Listen, Blend Buddy, I love how she's like rounding out her collection. She really is so intentional with her launches. And I think that is a sign of a true like artist, you know? That is so freaking pretty. I don't even want to put anything else on. Ah! Okay. So, do we want to use anything from the Bare palette? I kind of thought, ooh, I could use In Charge. Oh, but I love how this looks too. And I want to use Pulp. Okay, sorry. I haven't really thought this through. So let's use Pulp like kind of over here on the back. It's a bright red, like red-orange. That is so pretty. Stop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Maggie? Oh my God, those are so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take some more of Squeeze and just put a little bit where I put Tangy so it like ties it in, you know? Okay, I better stop before it gets too out of control. And then I need a highlighter. Ooh, I have a plan. I think I should use this shade called Saturn. I think that would make such a pretty highlighter. Okay, let me just grab a dirty highlighter brush from Sigma and pick up this eyeshadow because it's like a peachy eyeshadow. It's subtle, but it's sparkly. It's very shimmery. Don't think it has a lot of base pigment to it, so can you guys see that? This makeup is getting very Electrip. I do have my handy dandy Tarte one, so I'll just use that on the rest of my face. But did you guys see the new Tarte blush tape called Cherry? Ugh. Did I need it? No. Did I buy it? Yes. Why? Because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for all things poofy and floofy. There's so much shimmer on this brush now. And my nose is running. How attractive is that? I don't know if you guys watch my videos in 4K. I actually upload them to YouTube in 4K. But when I edit, I don't edit in 4K, so I never see myself. But if I ever watch my videos back like on a TV or like on 4K on YouTube, oh my gosh, I'm just like, it's kind of cringe because you can literally see like every imperfection. Like you can see that my brow hairs are growing back. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're all friends here, right? Okay, so lip product. What do I want to do? I have all these gorgeous lip oils from Blend Bunny. I'll put up a swatch thing I did on my phone. It's already also on my Instagram and shorts, but look at all these shades. They're so stunning, so hydrating. I've been wearing them ever since we retrieved them from the mailbox. I kind of want to use the orange because, I mean, do you see this? But I feel like I need a base lip shade because my lips just need some pigment. So I'll probably just use this one from Half Magic because it's a really pretty rusty color. And this is called Spice Queen, I think is the shade name. I've been wearing this a ton. Spicy Queen. Okay, so I think my lipstick is mostly dried down. So we're going to try Squeeze from Blend Bunny, the lip oil. These are not super duper pigmented, but they definitely have like a really nice oily hydrating quality to them, and they do have a light tint. I know people were asking me to swatch these on my lips, which I will do, but today is not that day. Maybe tomorrow. But how pretty is that? It's like a light hydrating. It's not quite as glossy as a lip gloss, but it definitely has a glow to it. And it's been so dry here that I've been enjoying just putting these on my bare lips just to give them like a dose of hydration. So this is pretty much the look. I still need to fix my hair, still need to do mascara, and I'll be right back to give you guys some of my thoughts on these new makeup items I tried. Okay friends, so I only had the energy to like sort of blow dry my hair with my Dyson. This is where we're at. Maybe it'll get better in the next video, but this is where we're at right now. But this is the finished look. These earrings are from Target back in the day, so they're no longer available for purchase. But you know, I wanted to live my best music festival / Electrip life, so that's what I went with. And for the rest of my face, for foundation, I'm just wearing the Hourglass foundation, an old Urban Decay concealer that's discontinued, and my Sigma powder. So that's pretty much all the other things that I didn't show you. But let's go ahead and talk about all the products I tested out today. It was so fun. So let's start off with the lip oils from Blend Bunny. I've been wearing these off camera and they're so nice. And I've said before, I'm not like the biggest fan of lip oils just because I feel like I have a certain expectation of a lip oil in my head and they never seem to like match up to that. These ones are probably the closest to what I would describe as a lip oil. They're not too thick. They are hydrating. I like the tints. I love the colors, and these are perfect for every day as well as like going into spring and summer. Like so beautiful. I even wore this like hot pink shade, which is so not like me. I think it was the shade Baby Girl. I was wearing that quite a bit, so I really like the tints these have. They're super comfortable. I do believe these retail for $12 a piece. I didn't check on the Blend Bunny site if you can buy these individually. I'm guessing you can. I'll definitely link all the products I used today in my description box. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding low energy. I'm just like very much pregnant and congested. So anyway, I love the lip oils, and of course the blush palettes are so incredible. Again, I think $32 is such a good price point for all of these shades. I mean, you get 8 beautiful matte blushes, and there's so much variety here. You can do so much. I feel like this is like a great everyday, and even if you are a deeper skin tone, I feel like these would show up on you, and you can like mix these, and there's like a light version and a dark version of every single color, but they're not overly pigmented, which I like too, and like very buildable, which is incredible. And then this one is a little bit more of a daring palette, but I used 3 of these shades today, and I think that this is still a very wearable vibe, and it's definitely going to be something that I'm reaching for into the summer, because you guys know how much I love a red or like a peachy blush. So that is so fabulous. I love how it blended. It was an amazing experience. And then last but certainly not least is the Melt palette, the Electrip palette. So when I first saw this in person, I was like, you know what? It almost looks like they mixed their Morte and Vita palettes. Like, the orangey part definitely reminds me of the Vita palette, but either which way, you can't get those palettes anymore. And I think this is so Melt. Like, it reminds me so much of old school Melt, and it kind of makes me happy because I really didn't like their small palettes that they came out with, the Zodiac like palettes. I just didn't like them. I thought the quality was very mediocre, and I wasn't very inspired by the color story, because I feel like Melt is anything but basic. Like, they just do something a little bit different. So I'm happy to see that they created something a little bit different. I think this is definitely a very wearable palette with some fun like pops of color as well. So there's like a little bit for everyone. And I thought the formula was very easy to work with, because I've definitely had lots of misses with Melt formula, and I really like this formula. I really thought the mattes were very pigmented. They blended really nicely. The metallics swirled really nicely. So overall, I think they did a really good job with this, and I definitely want to do like a red corally look with this palette as well. So I've got some other ideas of things I want to do with this palette, but also keep in mind that if you're trying to combine both sides, it's definitely a little bit of a not an easy thing to do. I think the color story does have a little bit of complication to it. Like, it's not just like a simple neutral palette or a simple blue palette. So it's definitely going to kind of get you to be a little bit outside the box, and I think that can be fun sometimes, especially with makeup lovers. Like, we have so much of the same, so it's fun when like an eyeshadow palette makes you think a little bit. So those are kind of my thoughts on these new launches. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, if you guys comment, it really helps me out, because it shows the algorithm that you're enjoying and you're engaging with my videos. So that makes us all very happy. And that is it for episode 17 of Trying New Makeup. I would love to hear if you guys picked up any of these items, or if you're eyeing them. I'm gonna guess the Melt palette's gonna come to Sephora for the Sephora sale. That's just like my conspiracy in my head. So yeah, let me know if you're eyeing any of this, if you're skipping this stuff. I love chatting to you in the comments. So I will talk to you in another video very soon. Bye, guys!